Oh, the next tour. We are back. Rachel Drummond, Dougie Fresh with you. Rachel, you got this nice glow right now. I'm assuming you're somewhere tropical. I'm going to get to that in just a second. Hey, we're out in PGA West, round 4 of the next golf tour. It's over, Rachel. It is over. It's complete, and we have a new champion. We're going to talk to our champion shortly. But, Rachel, where in the hell are you with this beautiful, majestic? You got sun flares and palm trees. Nothing like that in England.
First off, I have to say this is probably one of my favourite weeks on the next golf tour. Like, the scores were ridiculous, and that bird is not English. Did you hear that?
Yeah, you must be in Mexico. Yeah, yep, I see that. We finally have an American winner on the next tour. I wish there was an applause I could bring in from some CG sound. Give it to me. I am finally. It's more relief than it is like shock, but it's been completed here this week there at PGA West.
I wondered when you were going to bring that up, and you've just dropped it in the first segment. So congrats, Doug.
Yeah. Oh no, I had to.
Doug, I'm proud of you. He's gone off the screen. I'm proud of you, but you did snatch it from one of my girls, and I'm gutted. But let's take a look at how it finished at the PGA West Stadium Course in California, Doug. Just last week, we saw Nick Dunlap went on the PGA Tour. I was in the studio with Henny. It was ridiculous. And I thought we were going to have another amateur, Denmark's Mads Heller. I thought, what a story. I thought we were going to have 2 AMs. Next golf tour.
I know, right? But amazing.
And this was him shooting 8 under, and he made a birdie on 18. He could have sold that for a lot of cash in that final 3-ball on the PGA Tour. And then my girl, Sweden's Emma Thorgren, shot a bogey-free 10 under 62. What an incredible round. Here's some making putts. I had a go on this, Doug, the putting. It is hard. So I appreciate everything a little bit. And we caught up with her. So let's hear how she shot that 10 under.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm a 26-year-old golfer from Sweden. Usually play on the LET Access Tour. Would describe myself as a pretty consistent golfer. It was a really great round. I think I almost blacked out there for a second, honestly. I don't quite remember like any specific moment that was like pretty standout, but I'd say I was pretty nervous after the front 9. Probably the most memorable moment was when I just kept making birdies. Every time I've like gone low the front 9, I usually like screw up a hole or like just make pars in, but it's kind of cool that I kept making birdies for sure. It was like a good mix between hitting it in the gimme zone but also making a few clutch putts, which was very nice. The coolest thing about next golf tours so far, I think it's the nerves that I've felt today, especially because I don't even know if I've been that nervous in like a normal golf event, and I've played a few in my life, like college and like Q schools and stuff, but I had no idea that it was able to be like this nervous for an indoor competition, which is really cool because you have to prepare for that outdoors as well. So the fact that you can practice it during winter is just awesome.
Doug, what a woman. I've played on the LET Access Series. It is a grind. So knowing when you're going into the season that you can drop a 10 under, boom. But then, Doug, I've got to get annoyed at you because I can't get annoyed at Jordan. I'm obviously not annoyed at him. It's a great round of golf. But he shot a 6 under on the back 9, which beat Emma. And he started with a bogey.
It's just, it's the competitive juices and the fire in his belly that was able to turn this around. You go to the 14th. Just look at this shot right here, right in the circle of love. Go ahead and kick that in. Try to spin. Oh, they gave it to him, though. That's how lucky we are.
definitely the circle of love. That's contagious. Oliver Lilliedahl, when I met him last week, called it the circle of love. We have a lovely clip of Jordan when he was with his family and he was counting down to the end of his tournament. Let's take a look.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Love that.
Way to go, buddy.
Wow.
How good are those
I don't know
moments?
if I'm more shocked at the whole family experience or the fact that these are some diehard Chiefs fans as we get ready for Super Bowl coming up. Sorry, I don't know how big a deal that
I
is to
wondered
you
if
guys
you were
over
gonna
in the
mention
UK,
that.
but for us, it's it's the Premier League championship, I guess you could say. Just saying.
I thought you were going to mention that. I did notice that. I clocked it. Now, Jordan took home $30,000 and we're going to welcome him to the show now. I hope he didn't have to share it with all his family. He's going to be left with nothing. I've got to do this again.
Hello.
We've just been doing this for 5 minutes. How good's that? That's how I feel about your win. Congratulations.
Well, that's super nice of you. Yeah, no, it's amazing. I can't believe it happened. I mean, I don't play a lot of tour events, but I love simulator golf. I love competing on the simulator, and to shoot around like that is amazing. I can't believe I did that.
Now, do you know what I learned while I was in Copenhagen last week from 2 past winners? They save it to their nearest point at the end of the week that they can still, peg it up and learn from other people's round. Is that a tactic that you did? Because you came in very late and took the trophy.
Yeah. So the first 2 events I played, I got a little antsy and couldn't wait, and so I went and played, and then, but I did make myself be a little more patient and watched a few more rounds, and especially on this course, the par 5s, they're a little longer with some trouble around them, so knowing where to miss and then, practicing those chip shots to get up and down. Some of them were kind of up and over slopes, and then it would go down at the hole. So it's like to get the speed perfect was a challenge. So getting a few extra chip shot practice was helpful there.
Now, I gotta let you know, because as the American host amongst all the Danes and the Brits, you are our first American champion, and I am so grateful. It's a finally kind of a moment. Number one, how did you hear about the next golf tour? And number 2, did you know that you were the first American champion?
I've watched your show and I've heard you talk about it. So yes, I did. I thought of you. I heard about the next tour through TrackMan. Last year I was playing a different simulator golf tour, and just a free fun one, and I did well in that one. And so then I'm working on building an indoor facility here in Des Moines and trying to decide who I should use. And then, so I started investigating TrackMan and then seeing all the cool things associated with TrackMan. And that's what led me to the next tour. And I thought, wow, what a great thing. I'm a former mini tour player, and so I know how much it costs to travel and play in these tournaments. And, they pay less money to the winner and it costs more to play in them. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever. So it's like, I couldn't wait to jump in and play in it.
You make such a good point there, because it is the expenses to play. It is ridiculous. And, you're sitting there casually with your little sim behind you and you've just bagged 30 G's over days. Now, we look back on your previous results and you've literally just gone like this. What do you attribute to that score of the week just gone?
Yeah, so I think the first one I played in, I didn't have my TrackMan at the time, and so that was kind of my first real time playing a round on the TrackMan. And so I think there's a few nuances you have to learn when playing on a new simulator. So the first one I didn't quite do as well as I had hoped. But then the second one, I had this TrackMan, and been practicing on it, and I had shot some low rounds on the Tejejo course in practice rounds. So I was really looking forward to that one, thought I could do well. And then I didn't quite make the putts to get towards the top. But I knew I played well. And then honestly, coming into this tournament, I had not played well in practice rounds. My best score was like 5 or 6 under, I think. And I just was able to put it together during the round. In the practice rounds, I'd always hit 1 or 2 in the water. And, you know, it's like, if I could just keep it out of the water on those tough holes, you know, I might shoot a good score. And I was able to do that. And luckily it came together and made some putts.
I want to talk a little bit about the nerve factor, because there's the nerves. When did the nerves start to hit you? Because Rachel and I were talking on the show earlier. We felt like the nerves don't really happen 1 through 5. It's kind of like after you see a couple birdies, then it starts to be like, oh shit. So how was your round, and where did that kind of come in and play in?
Yeah, mine's like a roller coaster. So like the first hole, I'm super nervous because I'm getting started and I don't know what's going to happen. And you know, you saw my tee shot in the first hole was pretty poor. So, but then after that, I calmed down, you know, but then I made like 4 birdies in a row, and then I get nervous again. It's like, oh, wow, okay, I'm doing well. And then a couple pars, and I'm back down to level. And then, you know, then the back 9, I started getting hot again. And by 13, 14, you know, my hands were shaking. Like, I don't know how I kept going. It just kept my head down and did the best I could. And luckily, the ball kept going in the hole. So.
Now, what does this mean for you? You know, how does it feel, A, winning that cash, and B, how does it change, you know, how the year looks?
I mean, it's been the most amazing couple of days. I haven't been playing on tour or anything, so lots of friends and family don't even really know that I'm playing this tour or anything. And so when this came out, it was all over social media, and you know, last couple of days, all of my friends and family have been reaching out and texting and calling, and it's been the most amazing thing. Everybody's excited. They can't wait to follow me going forward. And so that gets me really excited. I like it when it's fun for everybody. So, and as far as the cash goes, I mean, in the middle of building this indoor facility. And so that cash will help me get that started. I want to teach and, you know, have others play this tour, you know, and so I think it'll go a long way and help me get that done.
How selfless, Dougie. You know, you've just won 30,000 and you're talking about, you know, your next students, giving them opportunities. I mean, you're a sponsor's dream. Sign them up.
Well, that's nice of you to say. I do believe in giving back and, you know, helping the younger generation, especially. You know, I have young kids. I want to see them do well. I know around here, anytime I've tried to sign my kid up for any junior clinics or anything, they fill up so fast. So they're running out of places that they can do that. So I want to be able to provide that for kids. And I think I have a lot of knowledge that I can help them, you know, with previous playing experience. And now I guess I'm playing again. So I think it's fun. And it's always great to see when a kid hits a great shot, them light up. So I really enjoy that.
You know,
Next
Jordan,
Golf Tour
looking
mini
back-
league incoming.
You're right.
Yeah, there you go.
I like mini. Good use of mini right there. The mini league.
Mini
But
league.
looking back, Jordan, because we found articles and stories about, you know, you come out of northern Iowa raising money from investors, and you know you had some wins, but just didn't make enough, I guess, to make that jump to Q school or secure status. Like, can you talk just a little bit about, you know, that experience when you were playing full time, I'd imagine, and then kind of what did you learn about your game, yourself, and just professional golf in general? I think a lot of people could take something away from that story.
Yeah, no, I came out of college, and University of Northern Iowa was a great experience for me. Coach Bermo there is amazing, helped me so much. And I went from a person who wasn't recruited at all, hardly. I got one D1 offer to, you know, being I was a top 300 player in the country, which I was proud of. So,
You should be. There's a lot of golfers.
Yeah, and then I played professionally, and I went and worked with a swing coach, and he helped me get better. And I started winning some events, and it was great. I thought, here we go. And then I think it was 2010 or 2011. Tried Q school. I got through the pre-qualifier, and then first stage hit, and I mean the yips hit me. I couldn't make it outside 2 feet, and I just battled it for a year. I didn't go to the long putter, and now I'm kicking myself. I don't know why. I should have just went. I thought it was crazy to do that. And so then I just kind of gave it up, got a real job. But my love for the game never left. I always thought about golf. I wanted to play as much as I could. I got my amateur status back and tried playing a few events there. And, after I switched to the long putter, I was like, I could play normal again. Just didn't practice as much. So, it wasn't great all the time. But, now that I have a simulator, it's like I have family and stuff. So going out and playing 4 hours, 18 holes and practicing, that's not really an option on a real course. But simulator, I can play 18 holes and get in a half an hour practice and, an hour and a half. So it just makes so much sense for me. And I love all the data that you get and everything that goes along with it that can help your game. It's helped me so much. I've improved so much in the last year. It's unbelievable.
I think you're amazing. Like, you've spoken so honestly about how the journey is hard. It is. It's brutal. And, also what an opportunity that you can peg it up and be competitive in an environment that is quicker. You don't have to travel. It's so true. This is why the next golf tour is bloody brilliant. So what is next?
Yeah, you're right. The next tour is brilliant. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, there's no reason any mini tour player wouldn't want to play in this. I mean, it's it's a no-brainer, right? It's awesome. So, and the flexibility is great. And I love the videos. Like, I love following people, and I have like 17 or 18 guys that I follow on the tour that they have great swings or they hit it really far. And it's like, I just like watching them play. And then there's a couple Iowa guys that I follow. Vince India is a good player on there. He played at the University of Iowa. And Trip Kinney is a good player in there. He's from Des Moines also. So, it's just, I'm a fan too. So to be at the top of the leaderboard is just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. So it was awesome. But what's next for me?
Awesome.
Go ahead, Doug.
I love that. No, I just love it. No, I'm just excited. All the words you just said. It's great.
What's next for me is I'm going to keep playing tour. We'll see where it leads to. I mean, I got my eye on the top spot. I want to see if I can go play in a DP World Tour event. I think that would be amazing. I've never played in a PGA Tour event or any of those top tour events. So it's always been a dream of mine. So I know it's a lofty goal for me, but that's what I'm going to try and do.
I'll tell you, winning makes it a hell of a lot more attainable, though.
It does. Yeah, so it's in my brain a little bit more. So we're going to work hard for it.
Well, Jordan, I got to ask you a question, and I got a few more. We'll let you go. But number one, why are more Americans not playing the tour? Like, what do you think it is about us that's just kind of missing this opportunity?
That's a great question. I feel like it is that a lot of people don't know about it yet. Sometimes these things take 4 or 5 years to really catch on. And so that's my guess. When I've talked to I have friends who still kind of play mini tour golf, and they've kind of heard the story now, and they're asking, oh, what is this next tour? And so I just don't think too many people know about it yet. But it's going to catch on. Hopefully I'm going to try and bring it to Des Moines. I'm going to advertise it like crazy and, have people come to my facility to play. I can't wait to watch them play. And, so hopefully we can change that in Iowa at least.
Thank you so much for speaking so candidly about this. It's amazing to see what this opportunity can do for for players that have dedicated like so much time to this game. So congratulations, champ.
Yeah, and go ahead and plug your
That's
facility while you have a chance, Jordan. Go ahead and plug it. Where's the facility?
Yeah, where's this?
Yeah, it's Legend Golf. We're not open yet. We're in the process of it. We're hoping to be open by midsummer. And so, yeah, I'm gonna be doing speed training drills, and we're gonna be doing tournaments, TrackMan tournaments, all of that. So, I hope it's gonna be fun and exciting, and a place where players can really come to get better.
And how do we find information about it?
Legend.golf is our website.
Love this.
Simple.
Google. Straight on Google.
Well, Jordan,
Well,
we appreciate
you're
you
a
stopping
legend.
by. He is a legend, right? And you know what? He's going to be near the top of the order of merit as well, Miss Drummond. So can't wait to see how this year shakes out. Keep playing, keep practicing. At least you got a place to do it. Nobody can bother you. No kids can come and just, ruin your day like mine does. I'm just saying. But Jordan Weber, you are a champion on the next golf tour. Enjoy the money. Enjoy what you're going to do with that money. And give us some parting words. What's the last thing that you want people to know about you, your facility, or the next golf tour?
Oh, I just want to say thank you to you guys and to the next tour. Without what you guys do and what the next tour has done, I wouldn't be here. Nobody would know who I am. I wouldn't have this opportunity. And I think it's so smart and so great. And I've been super excited about it ever since I learned about it. So thank you guys. And thanks to the next tour for everything they've done.
Are you sitting comfortably? Let's take a look at some more highlights from the fourth round. We had one more amateur finish in the top 5. Mats Grarud from Norway chipped in on 16 to shoot a 7 under 65. That is so good from Mats. We had 2 more of my ladies finish in the top. Fie Olsen of Denmark and Patricia of Germany both finished tied 11th. I know Patricia, legend. Here's a putt on 2. Good to see Patricia. 3rd shot on 11. We saved the best till last. Check out Frenchman Hugo Amselin, 2nd shot on the par 5, 8th. He had an albatross. Now these don't come along often.
See, I call them double eagles, Rachel. We just had this discussion on air over the weekend.
Double eagles. They're albatrosses.
Look at this.
Crumbs.
Hit the middle of the stick.
That was more than the circle of love. That was straight in the bag. Love that.
Well, Rachel, I got to tell you this story real quick for everybody out here. So I'm calling golf in the Farmers Insurance Open. Final round. I've got Shane Lowry in the group, right? We get to 6. I talked to him coming to the tee box. He's like, I'm sorry that you guys have to suffer through this lackluster golf. And I was like, it's all good, man. Like, let's just hang out. Hits the fairway with his tee shot. 5 wood, 264, straightaway downwind. Buckets, albatross. It was just me and the caddy standing next to him and a camera operator. He gave everybody high fives. It was one of the coolest golf moments of my career. But the sad part is I didn't even get to hit the shot.
He's such a good guy, isn't he, Shane?
No, he's the best. He's the best.
Did you
But I
understand
tell you what,
with his Irish?
Yeah, I think had he had more pints under him, and we weren't just playing golf, I think it would have got a little loose. But nah, I had him. I could understand that day. Do you have
Now.
one? Do you have an albatross?
I have never had an albatross. That's or a double eagle, whatever. I've never had one. Maybe in my dreams. Have you?
Me neither. Nope. Got a couple hole-in-ones, but I think that's way more rare. It's just way more rare.
Just eating a
Hole-in-ones are almost
chocolate
boring
raisin.
in comparison.
Yeah, the double eagle is special. I'm even calling it that now. I don't know what's happened. I went on an adventure last week. Thank you, Next Golf Tour. Went to Copenhagen, which was unbelievable. And I caught up with Sweden's Oliver Lilliedahl and Denmark's Sofie Kibsgaard Nielsen. Now, Doug, I don't know whether you know this, but we had 12 Nordic players in the top 18 at PGA West. And we've only ever had, until this week, Nordic winners. So I caught up with them to find out, what's the secret sauce out there? start off, I'm meeting Sofie Kibsgaard Nielsen, and I'm going to find out what's in the water out here. It is so lovely to meet you. This is what you'd call golfing next tour royalty, the first lady to win on the next golf tour. She just hits the straight ball, 0.7 par. So Sofie, we're going to get into the good stuff. You know, how much have you been playing on the next golf tour? What have you been doing in preparation?
I've been doing a lot of technique lately. Good advice, know your distances.
How much are you looking at the TrackMan numbers and do you use it to help you when you're playing on this tour?
Well, I use it a lot. Just having the numbers.
Love it. Just another 0.7 club path. Do you play practice rounds on the course you're going to play?
Yeah, I do. Like course management, and I try and prepare, like, how do I play these holes best?
Right, Sofie is kindly going to talk us through the next golf tour event at Muirfield Village in Ohio. You haven't played this, have you?
No, I haven't.
So she's going to do her best job at talking us through this par 5.
So if you open up here, you can see like bigger picture of the hole. And I would say, like, if you don't hit far, you can hit it out here. I would say today I would hit the driver.
Yeah? Should we both go with driver?
Yeah, let's try it out.
Just like that. That's perfect. Right, so I'm going to try the Sofie Kibsgaard Nielsen way, and I'm just going to pick a point on the ground, and I'm going to whack it. I think you've hit it about 100 past me though.
Yes.
So do you think driver's a good play off that?
I would say it's more like a risk shot than a reward shot.
We've got a little bit of water action.
Yes.
Strategy again, are we going for this one?
There's a lot of, like, we can aim it over here.
Yeah.
And, like, don't hit the tree. We're not gonna hit the trees if we're gonna aim it there.
You obviously equate your misses, you know which way you hit it, but you're always thinking, right, where do I want to hit it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's gone straight in the trees. Oh, jeez. Oh, I've hit that even worse. Settle. Daniel, you're gonna have to do some creative editing here. Sculler 3-wood.
Yes.
So, 57 metres.
Yeah.
How good is your wedge game?
I would say I've been working a lot on that
Yeah.
this off-season, and it's trending in the right direction right now.
Okay, so we've got 57 metres.
Yes.
I'm always intrigued, how do you work out your yardages? Is it length or
So now
pelts
I
or?
changed it. Before it was like more like a feeling,
Yeah.
but I was really bad. I was like, this is the part of the game that I need to work on.
How much are you practicing these sorts of pitch shots?
Right now I'm doing a lot.
Okay. How many hours do you think you're?
An hour a day.
That's the bit that goes, isn't it, when you haven't got your feel? So that was 59 club speed.
Yeah.
I really like that, thinking about the speed and then having the number.
Yeah.
Now putting is new to next golf tour.
Yes, and for me.
This is new to you.
When you play a next, it gives you a line. So like the red ones are like very slopey,
Yeah.
and like I would say this is pretty slopey too.
So we got left to right,
Yes.
Downhill?
And yes. Oh well.
or it kind
More
of
just like
across.
left to right. Yeah.
So do you now visualize 13 meters? Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I do.
I mean, I don't know what that looks like. How many feet's that? What are we doing?
Okay.
I could be a caddy if all else fails, you know? That's what I'll do.
Okay, so you just want to putt it straight up the line here because I already aimed up there.
Okay.
So let's try. If I can make it. That's short.
I think though in your prep you'd have a few putts, wouldn't you? Like you'd get used to kind
Yeah,
of
of
speed
course.
and distance. So what do we aim at here again?
So I would aim it a bit more, yeah.
Okay. Right, let's give this a whirl. Muirfield Village, Ohio, hole 12. Right, talk to us about the strategy here. We've obviously got water, bunkering, bunker behind,
Yeah.
long green.
I would probably just go for it.
So we've got 115 yards, and you're just going straight at it.
Yeah.
Sofie, you don't miss. Yeah. And that's the beauty of TrackMan. You can see all of your data points. Oh, I'm going to take that because I've just knifed 5-wood and 3-wood, so.
Well, Rachel, thank you for confirming one thing for me. The fact that the TrackMan team is playing favorites, because I didn't get invited to Denmark to talk to Sofie and compete there, and I just feel a little left out. But I mean, she gave some nuggets to you, because let me tell you something. I used to actually caddy at Muirfield Village there outside of Columbus, Ohio. And that course is hard and difficult, and lines are impossible. So I'm looking forward a lot to kind of how we take the next tour to Ohio. Let's talk about your trip a little bit. How did you enjoy your time? Because you went from Denmark, now you're in Mexico. I'm not getting any passport stamps.
Doug, the biggest thing that stood out is these players are so professional. Like, their prep that they put into these tournaments is second to none. They treat it like they would if they were pegging it up here or on, a normal golf course. And they've got a method. And yeah, some of the things I learned from Sofie, I blew my mind. I was like, I wish I did that when I played. And then we also met up with Oliver Lilliedahl, who also was extremely impressive. And he flew in from Sweden to talk about what his secrets were.
So I like to play a lot. I don't really spend a lot of time on the shot analysis or anything like that. I like min-release swing a lot.
Yeah.
So I just like to have a steady base, the lower body, not a lot of rotation, just load into the right leg. In the turn, I just like to drop my hands down there while I let the lower body do the work.
We're actually going to get you on a golf course because you said you like playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't played Muirfield a lot. It's really just to go out there, see how the course is, because it's not until when you see the other players play in their videos where all the pins are going to be.
Give away all your secrets.
Well, yeah. I want to play against the best, so.
Yeah, and you want to win.
Yeah,
I get it.
exactly.
I get it. So we're on the first driver.
I'm picking a target, but I don't really necessarily see a shot. If I want to hit a fade, that's all in the setup for me. Over that first bunker there, looks fine. It's all right. I realized that, let's say I have a 60 degree and I take my left arm up parallel to the ground, it should go around 60 meters carry. It helps being in here with the TrackMan because then I can see the ball speed. 62 ball speed, 59 swing speed is perfect 60 meter carry.
I mean, that's pretty good, isn't it?
I'll take it.
Just bounce nice out that run.
Yeah.
We're at the course that you're going to play this week, and we want to talk about course management. So how do you approach this par 5?
So we got some water on the left. You don't want to be there, but I feel like it should be fine there. So wind pushing a little bit right, I would aim a driver around there somewhere. I've been seeing some left misses lately.
Oliver, that is money.
Yeah, pretty much dead straight. So I'm thinking 2-iron because it's also short pin. It's okay to be long. I know that it fades a little bit more than I want to sometimes. Oh, it's a little bit better. Like, my process is just like always see how far it is to the front of the green.
Yeah.
5.7 and 0.2 downhill. So it's gonna be pretty quick.
When you won in Marco Simone, what was great about your game?
I feel like all parts of my game just clicked, and I guess that's what you need if you want to win out here.
That is what you need.
Yeah.
The anger that just wells up that you got to do that and talk to these fantastic players, Rachel, and well, I was at Torrey Pines, so I'm not gonna be too upset. You were freezing and I was at the beach, so I'm okay with that.
We were both around absolute legends, Doug, so we can't grumble. We're living the dream.
You know what? I guess we could say we were just keeping it real. And that's going to lead me to our real moments, Rachel. And I'm going to start with you because, each week, or should I say each bye week, we come back, we talk about what we see in players' rounds, regardless of where they are in the championship. And we'll start with you today. What was your real moment of this week, Rachel?
My real moment, and it was great to be in the Sky Sports studio and watch Nick Dunlap unfold and win his tournament, and then compare it to how the next golf tour got on. So my real moment is Mads Heller's tee shot on 18. Now Nick Dunlap hit it right. We saw from Mads Heller, he absolutely striped it down the middle. There's agua left. You can't really miss it too far right. And he just played this absolute peach when he was, you know, in the running, when he needed to. I mean, I wouldn't want that tee shot even if I was 5 over, let alone where he was in the tournament. That was my real moment.
Well, I'm a little different with my real moments. I like the anger. I like the anguish. I like the player that's just in the abyss of frustration and what the hell. That's just what I appreciate. So I'm gonna have to talk a little bit about our champion, Jordan Webber, and the snap hook bogey start that got his round off. Well, we know he won, but he didn't know shit after he hit this first shot. Check my man out. Just quick hook tree. Missed that one. Gonna hit this one. And it's his reaction here. He's kind of like, oh, man.
Do you think that was a bit of nerves, Doug? What do you think?
You know, honestly, having played in one, I don't think it's nerves on the first tee. I don't think they're present. I think that's just like he might not have been as warm as he had hoped. I think the nerves come once you get around 7, 8, and you're like 4 under, and you're like, what the hell is going on? Why am I palm sweating and I'm the only person in this simulator bay? You know, it's just me, and I'm out here just shaking like a leaf.
I like that real moment. You always pick really good ones. I need to up my game.
I just like the frustration. You know, I'm just mean like that, so I don't know. But hey. Or you could say it's easy because I picked the only moment of frustration for the guy that won the tournament. You can take your pick. That's fine. I'll take the compliment, though.
Yeah, you're good, Doug. You're good.
We've talked real. All right, now we got to get into our editorial picks for our social media winners. Look, our editorial team has chosen 2 videos in 2 categories. You and I haven't seen them. About to, though. You and I will then pick the winner. Let's start right now. You know, we got the Next Life. So let's start with Next Life videos. And that's $2,000 US, $2,000 US for this category. So, Rachel, let's watch carefully. And then we're going to agree on a winner. Come on. Roll it. What in the world am I watching right now? Man just turned a hitting mat into a sled. Went out there and hit it through the trees.
Don't make me laugh.
Alright, I don't hate this drill right here at all. Look at the
Can you go
bag.
again?
It's got like 2 inches of snow on it.
I've got the giggles.
You always have the giggles, and I love it.
You crack me up.
Wow.
Doug. What is this? He's just got a sled.
I mean, he turned a hitting mat into a sled. You know, I'm just saying, Yarano Noi, that was kind of impressive, buddy. I'm not going to lie, because I don't know if I love golf that much. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know if I love golf that much to have to 4-wheel and hit the... No, I don't... I mean, isn't that the whole point of the next tour? Yes, and he agreed after it. All right.
The number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message.
What is happening?
after the beep.
Yeah, trendsetter. Whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center. Hit it dead center. Bullseye, hit it the most, is no misses.
Stop
Okay.
making me laugh.
I feel like you changed your background. What just happened? Where'd you go?
I think I'm burning. I'm burning. I'm gonna put my back to that. Oh, no,
All right, well, lesson number 1, don't sit in the sun. Julie Boyson, Hillstead, we appreciate the effort. Now, Rachel, you and I have a decision to make while you try to figure out your new shot and not burn. It's called shade. You need to get one of those things where it casts over top of you and it's cooler. Rachel, we've got 2 picks to make. Or we got 1 pick to make, 2 videos to decide through. All right, let's talk about what we liked between the 2 videos. I'll let you start.
Because it gave me the giggles and I love laughing. My winner's got to be Durand. That was beautiful. Do you know my favourite part was when he went traffic and it's just a casual horse just going along in the snow.
You know, I appreciate. You know, I'm a bit torn. Okay, I'm a bit torn because watching Julie actually take a swing video in the towel with her hair up, just not afraid to kind of show you that she's grinding at all facets. She was on top of buses, bridges, jumping on trampolines, in the gym with the driver. I think it's the embarrassment factor of making that video that it pulls toward me, you know? So you and I are split here, Rachel. In the first or second episode of the show, you made me pick. Well, I'm going to throw it right back to you. I am giving you this first call.
You always make me pick.
Go check the tapes. Go check the tapes. You made me pick.
Go on, Doug. I'll let you be the bad guy. What video's taking
He's proud
it
of
for
himself. Coach Gurney, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like both of them. Can you pick this one?
We don't agree here, you know? So I'm going to let you have
I'm
this
going to pick candidate 1, Mr. Jarand Arnoff.
All right, Jarand. There it is. Rachel Drummond just threw some cheese your way, and I'm sure she expects you to tag her on IG with a thank you. Just saying. All right. All right, it's $2,000 just gone. That's next life done. All right, bring in the next shot. Let's see who our 2 candidates are here. That's Shonta Kanishi. All right, we'll see.
Oh, that dog will hunt.
Oh, that is just fantastic.
Woo! That dog will hunt. I'll tell you what, boy.
Yes, it will. Yeah. You know what? Done. That Anton Lang, candidate number 2, sounded like my home state in Kentucky. I don't know where he's from, but he sounds country enough for me to go ahead and give him the nod on my side. Rachel, I'm gonna just be honest with you. The dog hunt.
I mean, I've never heard anyone bark before on the next golf tour, so I agree with you.
All right, Anton Lang, congratulations. You know, we're going to give you that next shot award, son. That's $1,000 cash money coming right at you, courtesy of Rachel and I. Well, probably should say Trackman and next golf tour, but it's coming because of me and Rachel.
Now, Dougie, it's not just next shot. I know I've had multiple. I'm sitting in another shot myself, but we've got other side games and other opportunities to make cash. So first up, we've got longest drive, top 3 men. Let's take a look at how that was. Michael, Mads, Brian, cash coming your way. 361 yards.
Man, that's far.
That's further than what you get on the old PGA Tour. Can I say live?
Yes, it is.
Ooh. Right.
You said
Then
LPGA,
my girls.
but yeah.
LPGA. Now, next up, longest drive for the ladies. 294 crumbs. That's an absolute peach. 292,
Bombers.
291. There must have been a slip lane there. That is ridiculous.
Go.
Now, congratulations, ladies.
Go.
Out there hitting my lane.
Keep going. Go, 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 go.
And finally, birdie streak. Oh, not finally, we've got 2 more. But birdie streak. Let's have a look. 5, nice. 13 players had 4. 38 feet. Love this. This was one of my favourite stats to do when I played. Very useful stat to see how far you're hitting it from the pin. Cash coming your way. 38. He's walked that from Christian.
Well, Rachel, 4 rounds in the books, so the order of merit will be updated, and the player's office is still validating the results, so please keep an eye out on the nextgolftour.com or social media channels for all updates. Also, keep in mind that the best male player at the end of the season will win 3 sponsors exemptions to the Challenge Tour and even 1 on that DP World Tour. And the best female of the season will have similar opportunities on the Annika Women's All-Pro Tour. And I talked to Annika about that recently. I saw her a couple weeks ago. She is super stoked about the partnership and the future of kind of what we're doing here at Next Golf. So just making sure y'all knew that.
That's big, isn't it? They're big opportunities, getting those kind of starts. You don't get that.
It's not.
Well done,
And
Next
you know
Golf
what?
Tour.
Round 4 was great. Had an American winner. You know, I love that. Ladies, amateurs, all in competition. Now we have to look ahead to round 5, which starts February 2nd, and signups open midnight on February 1st. Central European time. Don't make that mistake. Central European time is when it signs up, when you can sign up. And this is the home of the Memorial Golf Tournament on the PGA called Jack's Place for a reason. Jack Nicklaus designed this back in 1976. I used to caddy there. I used to make my home about 25 minutes away. I met my wife in Columbus, Ohio. I'm just going ahead and put that out there. I used to loop around this property. I know this place like the back of my hand. Done it for 2 broadcasts as well, PGA Tour Live, ESPN Plus. So if you have any questions, don't ask me. I'm not giving up any information. And Rachel, when you get back London side, we might have to make this the showdown of the hosts. I don't know if you have time right now, but with your new job, I know there's a lot of time between events, so you probably should have time when you get back. So might be a showdown between the hosts here.
Come on, we got to do this. Can I just quickly say I've met some of the nicest people from Ohio. Don't know what it is.
It's the only
something in that water.
It's the only state shaped like a heart. That's why. It's a
Is
loose
it?
statement.
That's
But
good intel
Yeah,
there, Dougie.
hey man,
Now,
you
talking
gotta
of
pick up some
hearts.
things when you live there.
Talking of hearts, Doug, we'll be back on February 14th. See what I did there? Well, we'll look back.
I
on
did
round
see what you
5.
did there.
Well, we'll look back on round 5 at Jack's Place. And as always, you can follow all the action on nextgolftour.com.
Well, the showdown in the desert there at La Quinta has concluded with our first American winner of the season. I can't be more excited. We're going to leave La Quinta, leave the desert. We're going to travel 2,000 miles away to Ohio, to Jack's Place. Who's next?